Online dating can be tumultuous at times, and some women have decided to do a little bit of strike back against men who might harass them or be extremely rude to them online. So, case in point, we have an Instagram account called By Philippe. It was set up by a woman by the name of Alexandra Tweeden, and she had been dating on Tinder, and she came across a lot of really questionable dudes. And in a blog post, she explained why she made this account. It's basically screenshots of some of the crazy ass conversations or chats that people have on Tinder. She says that she did it in order to compile harassing and hostile messages men sent to women after being rejected or ignored. So we do have a few examples for you guys. Let's take a quick look at what you can find on this Instagram page. So one dude writes, "Hello, I'm Stan, nice to meet you. You're so attractive to me and I love your cute face. Oh, what a sweetheart." But when she doesn't respond, he writes, "Stuck up bitch, I would beat the living shit out of you." Such a charmer. Next one. One guy says, "Would you like to chat?" One girl writes, "No," and he says, "Why the fuck not? If you weren't interested, then you shouldn't have fucking replied at all. What the fuck," right? So he was upset at the honesty there. And here's some more examples. "Here's what I'm thinking. We get to know each other and inevitably hit it off. Then we go to this epic, amazing date and you'll have the story you want. Guess not. You're not even anything special. Why ignore me? You look like a fucking tranny." Well, apparently he was into trannies because he contacted her. This guy calls a woman a presumptuous slut. "With a face like that, no wonder hardly anyone contacts you. You fucking pretentious hipster slag. Go eat a gender-neutral gingerbread person and have the world and save the world. You messaged me first." I fucking love this. "Go cut your face off with a broken bottle." Okay, so there's a bunch of accounts out there that do something similar. There's one that I like to follow on Instagram called Texts from Your Ex, because it's just funny to like read the exchanges that people have, but it's anonymous. You don't really see who the people are. You don't identify anyone. In this case, you can identify someone because they don't blur out the profile pictures, right? So I have a little bit of an issue with that because they're under the assumption that they're having a private conversation, even if it involves a little bit of harassment. But I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Maytha, make your point.
So I have never been part of a dating site or used Tinder before, and I am so happy that I don't, because these are the sort of comments that we also probably all get for being on television or on media in some capacity. Like, I've read some of the lewd comments on some of the videos that Al Jazeera has uploaded, and I'm shocked. Like, it's the first comment that comes on a story we did about revolutions in Yemen, and I was like, really? It's just about like what I'm wearing. Yep. In a very lewd way. And also, I didn't know like gender-neutral gingerbread man was an assault.
It sounds delicious. I would eat that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I have been a part of online dating. I online dated for a few months. And it's pretty terrible. I have to say, you do get a lot of harassment. You do get a lot of crazy people. Erica, do you have any experience? I know you're married, but have you had any experiences?
No, I don't. But what I love about this is the ability for other men to see this now. Yeah. Because what I always hear when I tell men how the internet is a cesspool of disgusting people, other men say, "Oh, it can't be that bad. Oh, how rare is that?" People don't really say those things. So I like, number one, that it's being exposed. And frankly, I do like that the people who do it and say these things are also being exposed.
I mean, look, it really depends on what they're saying. So if someone's sending death threats and stuff like that, then of course they should be exposed, right? But I just worry about people who might be overly sensitive, right? And might post a picture of a guy who might have said something that was a little hurtful, but it wasn't like, oh my God, this is abuse, you know? So I think a lot of times the waters get muddied when you talk about abuse versus getting offended, okay? All right, so here's the question. Have you ever had a breakup or a nasty exchange with someone over text or social media? I know I have. I'm gonna share my story. Maytha, let me start with you though.
I was trying to think of this. I couldn't come up with anything. I think that the internet provides more of a place for people to be keyboard warriors when it comes to like hurling disgusting messages and content and throwing out death threats. Because I feel like whenever I've approached a man that I've gone out on a date with or been dating and I felt like there wasn't anything between us and I've sent a text message in that capacity, it's always been respectful, polite response, like, okay, totally, I'd love to still be friends. But I think that if you have a pre-existing relationship that's face-to-face, then that's fine. That serves as like a similar sort of medium as like, I don't know, calling them up on the phone or whatnot. But like all this sort of stuff on these dating sites. It's just so sketchy.
It sounds so juvenile too, right?
Yeah.
Although my story is going to be juvenile.
You guys are really mature because I have fought with friends, Uber drivers, hairstylists, all on text.
Yeah.
There's this really funny Key and Peele sketch that's like, it shows how easy it is to be really intense or be perceived as being really intense and really angry on text because tone doesn't come through.
Right.
So yeah, I've had my share of like all out battles, although none quite as vulgar and disrespectful as what we just saw with online dating.
Right.
But I mean, you feel stupid afterwards, but in the heat of the moment, it's communication.
Yeah, and it feels good. Yeah.
It's really good.
I had a breakup through social media, which was it was my fault. Okay, I'm 100% responsible for that. But you know, it was after a long-term relationship. We had just kind of fallen out of love. At least I know I did, and I did something that hurt his feelings, and you know, he justifiably wrote a long message to me on Facebook, kind of airing his grievances and telling me how upset he was, and he accused me of things that I had not done that I thought was extremely disrespectful, and I just knew I wasn't into it anymore. So instead of calling him or maybe setting up a meeting to like tell him exactly how I felt, I responded with a long email airing my grievances, telling him how unhappy I was, and then saying, I'd like to break up, let's not communicate for a while. Ooh. And that's not a mature way to handle it, but it needed to happen, you know, and I think that was the only avenue in which I felt comfortable to make it happen. And I kind of regret it because obviously it ended badly, but it is what it is. Yeah. All right, well, share your stories in the section below. Have you gotten into any arguments or fights over Twitter, maybe, Facebook, text? We want to hear your stories. We want all the juicy details, though, so make sure to include that. And we'll see you guys soon with another episode of The Point.